Hey there, I'm Mikey Nagel, trainer, speaker, consultant, and author. And thank you so much for watching the very first episode of CITM, what I call Coaching in the Moment. Hopefully the tagline, the title, the subject grabbed your attention here today. So I was just promoted to my level of incompetence. What on earth am I talking about? Let me share a couple quick stories here to help you understand what I'm talking about competence versus incompetence, and what we're talking about here today called the 4 stages of learning. Rewind the clock back to high school. I worked for the last couple of years in landscaping, part-time, full-time in the summers, and graduated high school and then had absolutely no idea what I was going to do. I was about 18, 19 years of age. So I thought I would just continue on full-time and just work in landscaping. Now in landscaping, I was really good at my job. I was great at cutting grass. Doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure that out. Cutting grass, trimming grass, pruning hedges, trees, you name it. I was really good at that single task, that job. Well, in the workplace or anywhere you work, typically if you're good at your job, there's always some type of promotion at stake. And for me, that was promotion to a supervisor. So within a month, I was promoted to being a supervisor with 4 direct reports. One was the boss's wife, which is a recipe for disaster. More about that later. And the other 3 were potheads who were probably 10 years my senior. So all of a sudden, here's Mikey doing his job, and now he's got a whole brand new set of responsibilities of managing people, project management, learning how to do different tasks that I was completely incompetent at, but I had no idea. It took me probably till about day 2 or 3 of barking orders, telling people what to do, that I was completely incompetent at my job. Fast forward to age 33. At the age of 30, I made a major career shift in my life, what I like to call as a career reinvention. And a good friend of mine saw some skills in me, some competent skills of, really good at working with people. I love psychology, human behavior, personality, body language. I love working with people. That's my sweet spot. He said, have you ever thought about a career in HR and human resources? And I said, no, I've never really thought about that. He said, why don't you give it a shot? Gave me a shot, an opportunity, and I loved it, fell in love with it. Well, fast forward a few years here, I'm now promoted to the level of Director of Human Resources. Now, I was good at HR at my job, now a Director of HR, a little bit incompetent at that job. But the first day, I was in sheer joy, elation. My own private office, floor-to-ceiling windows, my own door I could shut, 2 direct reports, more money, more holidays. I mean, I thought I'd won the lottery. Until day 2, until that gut-wrenching feeling of I sat there and felt completely overwhelmed, insecure, felt like I was drowning, and what do I do? Now, interesting little tidbit of information that not a lot of people know, because, we like to keep this false front of, I've got it all together, and of course I would never have shared this years ago. The first thing I did in order to become competent at my job was I went out and bought Human Resource Kit for Dummies. Yes, I did, and that was my learning curve. That helped me go from incompetence to competence. Years later, after I was sitting down in a conversation with a mentor and telling him this story, after I'd felt, more confident in my job, I was more competent, I was more secure in my own being, and I told him this funny story about this feeling of incompetence. He says, oh yeah, you were promoted to your level of incompetence. Never heard that before. So what are you talking about? He explained a little bit more. I went back to my computer. I'm a voracious learner and studied this model and found this in Google and Wikipedia called the 4 stages of learning, and studied and researched this, and it all made sense in the stages of learning. So I don't know where you're at in your career, but hopefully this will provide a little insight. What I do know is I'm a huge fan of self-awareness and training. And I say the first step in any personal, professional leadership development is understanding who you are first. So maybe this will give a little bit of a snapshot or picture in where you are in your career. Help you, help your boss, help a direct report, help a peer, help a spouse, a partner, whoever it is, understanding this model. Now, first and foremost, the very first stage of the learning of 4 stages of learning, where I was at and maybe you're at, is called this unconscious incompetence. Now, competence is the ability, the successful ability to do a skill, task, trade, or a job. Incompetence means the unsuccessful ability. I don't have the ability to do that job. Unconscious versus conscious. Unconscious really is everything that's going around behind the scenes that you don't really know about. And conscious is everything in the forefront of your mind. Unconscious, you're completely unaware. So unconscious incompetence means I have no idea that I'm absolutely incompetent. I don't have the ability to do my job. Landscaping probably took 2 days to realize how, to this conscious level, I have no idea what I'm doing. That HR job, second day, I realized up to the second level of conscious incompetence, I'm now completely aware that I'm incompetent at my job. The first day, I had no clue that I was incompetent. Could be masked by some bliss or joy or elation, or some people, and I know some, gosh, help me here. There are some people in prominent positions, high positions, making a lot of money that are completely, have no self-awareness and have unconscious incompetence. They have no idea how incompetent they are in their job. It shocks me every time. Going up to the third level, I've gone from not having any idea of how incompetent I am. Now I'm completely aware how incompetent I am. The third stage is now I have a conscious competence. I'm completely aware that I'm now good at my job, but it still takes effort. It still takes some skill. I have to consistently work at it. Now the fourth level, the pièce de la résistance, is what we call the unconscious competence model. Now I'm unconscious on autopilot and I'm excellent at my job. I don't even have to think about it. I can smooth sailing. I wake up, I step right into it, and I don't even have to think about it. So that's what we call the 4 stages of learning. Hopefully you enjoyed that. It shed a little bit more light on you, on your workplace, and it's okay if you're here or here. What you need to do is just continue and strive to become competent at whatever it is your task is, your job, your skill. Speaking in front of a camera, speaking in front of thousands of people. Oh, I can tell you there was a stage where I was unconsciously incompetent at the job. Didn't take long to realize how incompetent I was at it, but it's practice. It's keep working at it, keep developing, keep advancing in what it is you're working at. So thank you so much for watching the very first episode of CITM. I hope you enjoyed it. Please sign up to have these videos delivered directly into your inbox. Please tweet it, share it on Facebook. I would love any promotion that you could give for this whatsoever. Please come back for the next training series. And thank you so much. Remember to care for people, help them grow professionally, and give them opportunities for advancement. I'm Mikey Nagel. Thanks so much for watching.